So these are the tools you're going to need to do your tire rotation, and that would be a 19 millimeter socket, a breaker bar. I use a torque meter, either that or a torque wrench, and a good light to do your inspection, because you're going to want to look at your axle boots and brake pads and everything else that's under there for your running gear, and just give a good inspection. So that's it. That's all you need. So I'm rotating the tires, doing an inspection on my Bronco Sport Badlands. Just gotta go over this real quickly. Things to look at when you got your front tires off is, you got your boot here for your tire out end. Now these aren't greasable, so all you're doing is just an inspection, just to make sure that they're intact. Same with the boot here for your rack and pinion. Just make sure it's in good shape, and both your inboard and outboard boots, make sure they're good. Then you can inspect your outer pad just from looking down, and make sure that there's plenty of pad there. And then you can go to the front side and see your inner pad is right here. So once that is worn down, you can see that groove there. That helps keep the squeal down and keep the pad a little cooler. But once that pad is worn down, or there is no more groove, that's about time to replace it. So inspect that, look at your rotor, and just look over everything else, make sure everything looks right. Here's the deal though. When I went took the lug nuts off, they were torqued at 60 foot-pounds. A few were closer to maybe 70. They're supposed to be 100. And this was, I haven't touched it since I bought it. It's got 5,000 miles on it. So this is the first time that I've ever had a tire off of this thing. Now, the PDI, pre-delivery inspection, when it comes in and the technician gets it, one of the things he's supposed to do is torque these down. So if your dealer's doing it the correct way, this wouldn't have been a problem. To come in off the truck, before it's ever driven. It's supposed to have PDI. There's a lot of inspections that you got, an inspection sheet, and that's one of the things you do is torque down those lug nuts. So I did look on the internet. It seems to be a common problem across the board on the Bronco Sport. So I would recommend, when you get your brand new Bronco Sport, first thing you do is torque down your lug nuts, because that could have been disastrous. So I've got this ready to put the tire back on. I put some anti-seize on each one of the lug bolts, and it did have some grease from the factory around this, but I always put grease on the hub where the wheel goes on, just to prevent any oxidation. Every now and then you'll get a vehicle that wheel will oxidize and get corroded against the hub, and they're really difficult to get off. So I always, every time I rotate, put a little grease around the hub, and that prevents that. Other than that, pretty straightforward and simple. I'll jump on the back here as soon as I get the tire off and go over that real quick. Okay, so this is the rear. Not a lot to inspect on the rear. You do have your inner boot right there that you want to inspect. You can keep that in focus. You can turn that. In fact, then the same with the outboard is right there. And our brake pads, you can see them right here. And I don't know if I can get that to the inner one so well, but you can see the inner, or the outer, you can see the outer pad Here, I just can't quite get my camera to focus on that. And then this is the inner pad here. So you can inspect those. And just kind of give a quick visual inspection of everything else, including your wire connector here. That'd be about it. One thing I was concerned with on this was the amount of wheel weights that this thing has got on it, which is a lot. Now this was on the rear, and you can see the front one here. It's just got this one or two really small ones. So that tire must be not the best balance. I'm sure the wheels balanced fine, but that tire is probably not got a little bit more weight up on this side than it is on that side, and it took that many weights. I don't like that, but it is what it is. All right, that pretty well covers it. You know, when you rotate, you just take, stay on the same side, take your front tire and put it to the rear, and the rear to the front, put everything together. Again, same on the rear. I haven't done it yet, but anti-seize here, and a little bit of grease around this hub right here, and put it all together. So I don't know if I said that right with tires. Front tire goes to the rear tire goes to the front. Don't crisscross them. So that's it. So hope this was informative for you, and have a blessed day.